All right, today we are going deep inside the blueprint for a fortress of quality. And no, I'm not talking about one made of bricks and mortar, but something much more complex. A system built from processes, data, and most importantly, highly skilled people. We're going to unpack how world-class products are actually guaranteed, and we'll be using a super rigorous protocol from BizTex, designed for ISO compliance, as our guide.
You've seen it a million times, right? That little sticker on a new phone or a piece of clothing that says quality checked. But what is really behind it? Well, it turns out there's this incredibly complex system, almost like an invisible shield protecting you, the consumer. So let's pull back the curtain and see exactly how that shield gets made.
So where do you even start building a world-class quality system? Well, it's not with a fancy piece of software or a long checklist. It starts with the right people. This is the absolute foundation. Because think about it, without expert builders, any fortress, no matter how great the blueprint is going to crumble.
Now, a quality inspector isn't just some random person ticking boxes on a clipboard. No way. These folks are technical experts. We're talking deep, hands-on experience, specialized certifications in things like textiles or packaging, and of course, the language skills to operate anywhere on the globe. But you know what the most critical trait is? Proven consistency. They have to get it right every single time.
And even if they have all those qualifications, the journey is really just getting started. Every single inspector goes through this incredibly comprehensive training program. They are not just thrown in the deep end. They get paired with a senior mentor, they have to pass a monitored probationary period, and, this is key, they face ongoing assessments to make sure their skills stay razor sharp.
And where these experts go isn't random at all. It's basically a strategic game of chess. The system is constantly analyzing data. A vendor's past performance, the risk level of a certain product, the sheer volume of production, and it places its best people exactly where they're needed most. It is all about focusing your best resources for maximum impact.
Okay, so we've got our expert builders. What's next? Well, you have to give them a ridiculously detailed playbook. This is the second part of our blueprint, and it's what ensures that every single person, no matter where they are in the world, is building to the exact same high standard. And that playbook? It's called the Standard Operating Procedure, or SOP for short. Honestly, you can think of it as the ultimate recipe for quality. It completely removes guesswork and guarantees that an inspection in a factory in one country is absolutely identical to an inspection 1,000 miles away. This document is the backbone of consistency.
And I mean, this SOP dictates everything. Which stages of production need a check-in, the precise statistical method for sampling products, the black and white criteria for what passes and what fails. It even covers the specific forms to use and exactly how to calibrate their inspection tools. Literally nothing is left to chance.
Right, this is where the system is truly put to the test. I mean, a perfect plan is one thing, but how does it handle imperfection? What happens in that critical moment when an inspector on the ground actually spots something that's wrong?
The response isn't panic, it's pure procedure. Defects get meticulously categorized. A minor issue, like a tiny scratch that doesn't affect function, that gets documented and monitored. A major defect, something that makes the product less usable, okay, now those goods are isolated, and you need client approval to move forward. And a critical defect, something unsafe, that means stop. Halt production, immediate escalation.
And when I say escalation, I mean it's fast. The moment a major issue is found, a clock starts ticking. Every single party, the vendor, the brand, the quality team, they all have to be notified in 24 hours or less. That single number, 24, it just shows you the absolute commitment to speed and transparency.
So we have our people, and we have our playbook. But the final and honestly the most sophisticated piece of this whole fortress is the nervous system that connects everything together. This is the feedback loop. This is what allows the entire operation to learn, to adapt, and to get stronger over time.
So here's how that information actually travels. It all starts on the factory floor when a defect is found and documented. The inspector submits the report, but it doesn't just go out. First, it goes through an internal review for accuracy and approval. Only then are the vendor and the client notified, and a corrective action is assigned and then tracked until it is 100% resolved. And in a truly great system, accountability is a two-way street. While the inspectors are monitoring the vendor's performance, the system is also monitoring the inspector's performance through internal audits. If a vendor needs a corrective action, it gets tracked. But if an inspector shows a performance gap, they get a corrective action too. This whole process ensures the integrity of the entire system.
And this quote, this really gets to the heart of the entire philosophy. It's not just about finding defects. I mean, finding a bad product is one thing. The real victory is using that failure to learn, to track the resolution, and to build a system so robust that the same mistake just can't happen again. It's a huge shift from just reacting to problems to proactively preventing them.
So there you have it, the three pillars all working together in perfect harmony. You've got the expert people who form the foundation. You've got the meticulous processes that act as the playbook. And you've got that constant flow of data creating a feedback loop that makes the whole thing a living, learning entity. That is how you build a fortress of quality.
We've just walked through this intense, incredibly detailed protocol for just one single link in the massive global supply chain. So the next time you pick up a product, think about this blueprint. What does this level of precision tell us about the massive, interconnected, and largely invisible network of systems that brings every single object into our lives? Something to think about.